Hi everyone, it's Genene and welcome to another evening yoga practice, this one for your shoulders. For these evening and morning yoga practices, usually you really don't need any props. You do have the option though, you'll see I have a chair to make something a lot easier, that's all, or two blocks, which is going to be your in-between kind of situation. But if you don't have any props, they're not necessary at all today. But do remember to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. That's going to get you notified of all my upcoming videos, and it also supports my channel. So let's begin by sitting in a cross-legged position. And then once you find your sitting position, change the cross of your legs because that's probably the way you do it all the time. And then if you do have props, get them out of the way. And close your eyes gently. Join your hands together, connect your thumbs with your heart. And let yourself be fully present so that you can be more focused. And you can notice throughout your day, anytime you feel a little frazzled, the easiest thing to do if you're at your desk or especially at any place where you really can't shut yourself off and move, if you can just close your eyes and focus on your breath moving in and out through your nose, and then feel right now, like we're doing, feel the floor beneath you, feel the grounding action. You'll be much more productive because you'll be so much more focused. Stating your intention for your practice, for what drew you to your mat today, reminding yourself. Gently release your hands down to your thighs. Allow your eyes to softly open. And bring your hands in front of you on the floor. And start to round the spine just a little bit, getting heavier in your sitting bones. Press into the floor with your hands, bowing forward. Inhale, come back to center. And then gently walk your hands over to the right. Get a gentle twist, hands still on the floor. And then walk all the way over to the left, feeling the stability of earth supporting you as you twist, just gently. Inhale back to center. Bow. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your heart. And now take your arms behind you. Clasp your hands together. And then straighten your arms, either bringing the palms together if you're more flexible, or maybe they have to stay apart. Lifting your arms up and noticing when you do this that the chin is going to want to go forward. The neck is going to want to go forward. So instead, do the opposite. You're imagine the base of your ears going straight back, like you're pushing your head up against that headrest in your car, eyes pointed straight ahead in line with the horizon. And then release that clasp. Remember which way you have your fingers. Clasp them the same way out in front of you and stretch your palms out and inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of you. Now's where you have options for props for Anahatanasana. So first, if you don't have any props, you're on hands and knees, like so. And then I'll show you the other props. But walk your hands in front of your shoulders. Press down through your hands, keeping hips over knees. Bottom tips of shoulder blades come together to lift the heart, and you start bringing the heart towards the floor. And take your time with it. The arm bones stay lifted. They're going to want to sink. That's step one. You want it a little bit easier. See if this is easier for you. You're going to bring your elbows to 2 blocks. Clasp your hands. And then the same thing. You dig your elbows into the blocks and then start curling the heart. Or do the same thing on a chair. Wherever you are, you've already found your spot. Stay there. Breathe with it. On the chair. So the elbows are shoulder width apart. Hands are clasped. And the elbows on the chair have to be on the edge. If they're over here, you're going to be stuck. So right on the edge. And then wherever you are, release. And get your props out of the way because you don't need them anymore. And then a nice little opener for the upper arms, child's pose. So come into child's pose, big toes together, knees wide. Stretch your arms overhead, bend. Now bring the elbows to the floor and put your forehead on the floor or on a block. Bend your right elbow, right hand to your right shoulder. Now lift your hips, walk your elbow further forward, and try to keep the elbow there as you bring your hips down. Then you should feel a nice stretch. And release, other side. Walk that left elbow forward and release back and down. And now, both elbows. Bend both arms. Maybe you press your palms together over your head. Hands underneath shoulders and press yourself up. Come to hands and knees. And cross your, we're going to do eagle arms on the floor, so I'll tell you what you're doing, then it'll be easier. You're going to place your right forearm on the floor and cross your left arm over your right. You take your arms like so, right arm to the left, left arm to the right. And then you intensify the stretch by taking your hips and pulling them back. Now you can do this a few different ways. This is the way we're doing it today. You could lie down. You could clasp your hands. But for now, unwind. And another way to explain it would be, imagine you're doing thread the needle. You're sliding that left arm underneath the right, and then the right arm crosses over the left. Maybe that makes more sense to you. And then take your hips back. So you're letting the tops of the shoulders release away from the ears. Uncross. And come down onto your backs. Straighten your legs one at a time, Shavasana. And there's your quick shoulder opener for the day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon and hearing about how this shoulder opener worked for you today. Namaste.